शठकोपस्यं वेदान्तदेशीयनमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवेदान्तदेशीय नमः ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः कामाङ्गितपात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं लक्ष्मीन्द्रसमारम्भां नाथयामनमध्यमामस्पदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां प्रपद्येन वद्यानां सिद्ध्यां कृतसम्पदां शरणं भवपीतानां शरणगोपमणीश्वरं श्रीरङ्गनाथशृगोपीतीन्द्र दृष्टं लक्ष्मीन्द्रसिंहशेदेत् गौरङ्गपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीररघुरां शृगोपरुज्यं वेदान्तदेशिकमपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवेदान्तदेशीय महादेशिकाय नमः ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीपादुकासहस्रम्
everyone Acharya chant Acharya Vedanta Deshita Padabja Brangam Narayan Kupabhishekam Sriranga Deshikam Abdapodam Sri Krishna Desham Prapati Srimati Desham Mahadeshika Namah Asmad Gurubhyo Namah Asmad Parva Gurubhyo Namah Asmad Sarva Gurubhyo Namah.
Narayana, so in Paduka Sahasram, yesterday we have seen up to the 16th verse in the 4th chapter called Samarpana Paddhati. So, the concept of Paratantriyam. Paratantriyam means complete absence of Swatantriyam. Even if there is a little bit of our independent way of thinking, that is different from what Bhagavan is expecting us to do, that is called Swatantriyam. Whatever we do, if it is there completely in accordance with what Bhagavan is expecting us to do, that is called Paratantriyam. That's why it is called Akrutyanancha Karanam Krutyanam Varjananchame. What is a Swatantriyam? Akrutyanancha Karanam, doing forbidden things. Forbidden things, indulging in violence, ahimsa, not following ahimsa. Abhojya bhakshanam, eating things that are not supposed to be eaten. So, akrutyam, sleeping at the wrong time, doing things in the wrong way, akrutyas. Krutyanam varjananchame, krutyanam. What we are supposed to do, not doing them. These are the offenses we commit. Ekadashi, you are in good health, not a child below 13, not an old person above 65 or something. Very good health. So do Ekadashi fasting. We don't do Krutyanam Varjanam. The parents have died. Even if one parent has died, doing the annual ceremonies properly, we don't do. Many people look for shortcuts. So like this, there are various things that we are supposed to do and we are not doing. That is where we incur more and more karma. That is where Swatantram comes into picture. Because of our false independence, that we think we are in control. We are in control. That's why we do the forbidden things and we don't do the things we are supposed to do. Paratantram, doing exactly what Bhagavan asks us to do, doing all the mandatory things, and never indulging in anything that is a prohibited activity. That is Paratantram. If you are like that, Bhagavan is actually looking for people like that. He says, it is not that a devotee is looking for me. I am looking for my devotees. I am looking for my devotees. Uma, are you there, Amma? Uma? Hello,
yes,
Uma?
Swami.
You remember one song, Amma, in that Manasa Sancharare, it says Parama Hamsa Mukha Chandra Chakore. You remember that verse?
Yes.
Vakka line, can you hum that line?
Paramahamsa Mukha Chandra Chakore Paripurita
That is what exactly, ma. There is a bird called chakori that's mostly in the Himalayas, in that area, very cold areas. It doesn't eat anything. Its only food is moonlight. If it is a new moon day, Amavasya, no moon, it won't eat at all. Then, rest of the days, Vidya, Tadiya, very little moon, only moonlight, only for half an hour, 1 hour. That's all that moonlight, it will just open its mouth and it will just keep on swallowing that moonlight. That is its food. Full moon day is a feast for it. The whole night it will enjoy swallowing the moon's rays. Just as a bird, Chataka bird, is waiting for the moon, same way, it is not we are waiting for Bhagavan. Bhagavan is waiting. Where is my pure devotee like that? Where is my pure devotee like that? Where is my pure devotee like that? He is waiting for us. When? When we have Paratantram. The minute we exhibit Swatantram, oh, another stupid fellow has come. Another headache has come. Yeah, he will keep on bugging me. That's what Bhagavan feels. But the minute you relinquish that Swatantram and exhibit Paratantram, Bhagavan is looking for you. Bhagavan is waiting for you. Bhagavan is craving for you. Parama Hamsa Mukha Chandra Chakore. So, Paduka Devi, how do we get that Paratantram? And how do we overcome our Swatantram? Very simple, very simple. Realize the greatness of Paduka Devi and do absolute surrender to Paduka Devi. Absolute surrender. And Bhagavan is yours. Bhagavan is yours. Bhagavan is absolutely yours. Bhagavan is waiting for you. Rather, Bhagavan is a craving for you. So in the 17th verse, fourth chapter, 17th verse, Raghupati Pada Padmatrana Pithe Niveshtum Bharata Shirasi Lagnam Priksha Padavanitvam Parinata Purushartha Pauravargasvayante Vidhim Abhajata Sarvo Vandi Vaitalikanam. Raghupati Pada Padma Raghupati Pada Padma Ratnapithe Niveshtam. Hey Paduka Devi, if somebody has to glorify, the only person that can be glorified or is worth glorifying is Paduka Devi because of her Paratantra. So Mahatma Deshika is bringing about the Paratantra of Paduka Devi. In one more verse, hey Paduka Devi, you left the Supreme Lord Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra's lotus feet. But the minute you left Lord Sri Rama's lotus feet, immediately, personally, you were carried on the head of Bharata. Immediately you were carried on the head of Bharata. Before installing you on the royal Simhasanam of the Ikshvakus, all the people of Ayodhya were so ecstatic with joy to see you on Bharata's head, thinking that their wish is completely fulfilled and glorified you. So what did they do? They all did the job of bards, Vandi Vaitalikas. You would have seen in some movies, etc., good olden movies, when a king is coming, some people will be glorifying Rajajiraja, Rajamartanda, Jayaho, Jayaho, like that. They will be announcing the arrival. They are called Vandi Vaitalikas, Vandi, the people who glorify you. The minute Paduka Devi exhibited her complete Paratantriam to Bhagavan Sri Rama, could you see how she is elevated? The Paduka Devi who was there at the feet of Rama now came onto the top of the head of Bharata. That is Paratantriam. That's why Mahatma Deshika in Sri Stuti says, Chatra Chaya Subhaga Charasas Chamarasmeda Parshvaha. The minute you surrender to Mahalakshmi, you will become so great. As you are walking, there will be people holding an umbrella for you. There will be people who will be doing the Chamara Seva for you. Paratantriam. Please, let us all be fortunate to shed off our ego, and completely surrender to Sriman Narayana, Sri Mahalakshmi and their Padukas. The minute you think of the divine Padukas of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, that Paduka Devi is so merciful. She will make sure Bhagavan will take care of your yoga kshema. Yoga, getting you what you don't have. Kshema, protecting what you already have. And both those things are possible by our Paratantriam to Paduka Devi. Simplest example, from a lower level, if you are there promoted to a higher level, very simple, sir, very simple to understand. In the good olden days, when you were there in the fourth grade or fifth grade, if you wanted to go to a theater and watch a movie, you would have gone to a lower level, floor ticket, bench ticket. But when you grow up and you make money, and when you go and buy a reserved seat in the balcony, from the lower level, when you are going up to the higher level, didn't you feel very happy about it? From a lower level, you are moving on to the next level, to the higher level. In a very simple way that you can understand it. Now, why we cannot understand? When Paduka Devi exhibited her complete Paratantriam to her Lord Sriman Narayana, the Padukas that are there at the feet of Rama immediately got elevated to be on the head of Bharata. From the head of Bharata, the Padukas are even more elevated to sit on the royal throne, Simhasanam of the Ikshvaku Maharajas. Ikshvaku Maharajas. How fortunate is Bharata? At one point of time, Bharata felt how unfortunate I am. Remember when, sir? Remember when Bharata felt that he was so unfortunate? Emma, when Bharata came from his maternal uncle's place, Yudhajit's place, to Ayodhya, and felt the entire Ayodhya is there in gloom, and when he knew Dasharatha passed away, and when he came to know that his own mother Kaikeyi is responsible for the death of Dasharatha, which is due to the forcible sending of Sri Rama to the forest. What exactly Bharata felt was how unfortunate a person he is. that he is born to the most wicked mother, Kaikeyi. He felt how much of a sinful person I am, how many unimaginable sins I would have committed in my previous lives, that I took birth from your womb. And he cursed himself. Bharata, who felt so unfortunate that he is labeled as the son of Kaikeyi, and everyone is talking, it is because of this fellow Bharata, our beloved Rama has to go to the forest. Unable to bear those words, Bharata said, how unfortunate I am born as your son, Mother Kaikeyi. Another time, when Bharata felt very, very remorseful, in Aranyavasam, Rama is recollecting how Bharata is behaving. Namely, as usual, when everybody wakes up at 4:30, those days they used to go to river Sarayu for their morning bath and do Sandhyavandanam there and come home. So when Bharata also was getting up at 4:30 and going there to the river for his bath, everyone who is coming there to bath at Sarayu are saying, oh, how unfortunate I am. Early morning I saw this fellow's face. The worst sinner Bharata, for whose sake our Rama has to go to the forest. How unfortunate, what a bad day today, what a bad day. I saw this kind of a sinner's face. That's what people were saying. Bharata unable to bear. How many people he can explain that he has nothing to do with Rama's Vanavasam? But the reality is, Bharata's mother asked for Rama's Vanavasam. So what did Bharata do? He will not wait till 4:30. Any time after 1 a.m. itself, Bharata in the winter, bitter winter, even at 1 a.m., he will walk to river Sarayu, quickly finish his bath and sit there and do Sandhyavandanam until 4 o'clock, etc. And before the people start coming to the river Sarayu at 4:30, Bharata used to leave the place and go. Because the minute people are looking at Bharata, they are only cursing him. Rama is lamenting, my poor Bharata would have been walking in the bad winter, even just past midnight, to go to river Sarayu and have his bath. Bharatantra. Such Bharata, who was feeling so miserable and unfortunate, the minute he got Padukas, he was so happy. And as he was walking into Ayodhya with Rama Padukas on his feet, everybody started glorifying Bharata. Everybody felt how great is Bharata. Oh, it is very unfortunate that he is born as the son of Kaikeyi. Otherwise, Kaikeyi is even unfit to be the mother of Bharata. See how people change their talking. Kaikeyi is even unfit to be the mother of Bharata, because this Bharata is such a noble soul. Even though he got the kingdom free for 14 years to enjoy, and according to the rules, even after 14 years, if Rama returns and simply say, Bharata can say, hey, come on, 14 years this property is not under your control. So you lost permanent ownership over there, permanent rights over there. It is there under my control for the past 14 years. I am the king. That's what Kaikeyi thought. But Bharata, when he renounced the kingdom and brought Padukas on his head and did Paduka Pattabhishekam, everyone in Ayodhya was thinking, if at all there is a fortunate person, that is Bharata. Bharata who could literally carry the Padukas on his head, and Bharata who could keep Sri Rama Padukas on the Simhasanam. And a level lower than the Simhasanam, Bharata used to sit and then look after the administration. And anything, all important matters, it looks as though Bharata will turn to the throne. On the Simhasanam there are Padukas. And everything Bharata used to report to the Padukas as like a personal assistant, reporting whatever is happening to his boss. He is the chief executive. So here for 14 years, the chief executive is the Paduka Devi. That's how Bharata became very fortunate. So in the 18th verse, Mahatma Deshika says, Ananya Rajanya Nidesha Nishtam Shakara Prudhim Chaturarnavantam Bhata Bhraturjiyasau Bharatastadatsvam Murna Murtimatim Ivajnam. Again in this verse, Mahatma Deshika, his love for Paduka Devi is one more time manifesting in a very wonderful way. Hey Paduka Devi, you are the personified commands of Bhagavan Sri Rama, who decided to go to the forest. Bharata accepted you on his head and made this vast kingdom, extending all the way to the end of all the four oceans in the four directions. And he made sure that Ayodhya is never subservient to any other kings. Means everybody became subservient to Ayodhya. Nobody is there to challenge the supremacy of Ayodhya. Nobody is there to undermine the greatness of Paduka Devi, who is there ruling Ayodhya for 14 years in the absence of Rama. So one should learn the greatness about the greatness of Paratantra. Ananyarajanya Deshanishtam Chakara Pradvim Chaturarnavantam. When Paduka Devi is ruling, Paduka Devi is like the personified commands how a country should be ruled. All the commands are there given in the form of Paduka Devi. Chakravarti means every other king is subservient to him. There may be many kings, but Chakravarti will be only one. Everyone is subservient to the Chakravarti. Now, who is the Chakravarti now? The person sitting on the throne is called a Simhasanam, is called a Chakravarti. Now, Paduka Devi became the Chakravarti. When Paduka Devi is the Chakravarti, there are always some people who are very jealous, will try to fight, will try to grab that kingdom, etc. Now, Bharata did a great job that nobody could envy the supreme state of Paduka Devi, and that everyone was subservient to the commands of Paduka Devi. Now in the next one, yad bhratre bharataya rangapatina ramatva matastusha nityopasya nijangri nishkriyataya nischitya vishwanitam योगक्षेमवहम् समस्तजगतां यद् गीयते योगिभिः पादत्राणमिदं मितं पच कथाम् अह्नाय मे निह्नुताम् यद् भ्रात्रे भरताय रङ्गपतिना रामत्यम् आतस्तुष. Sri Ranganatha himself took the form of Rama. So remember, for practical purposes, for all practical purposes, Rama is the same as Ranganatha, Krishna is the same as Ranganatha. So it is Sri Ranganatha who decided to have the form of Lord Sri Rama and offered his own Padukas as his representative. Padukas are offered as a representative to his brother Bharata. Actually, Padukas are given for daily worship. But Bharata went all the way and made Paduka Devi to sit on the throne and do Simhasana and do Pattabhishekam. You know, at one point of time, people of Ayodhya called Bharata Kshudra. Kshudra means one who will not enjoy and one who will not allow others to enjoy. Why they are calling Bharata Kshudra? When Bharata decided not to accept the kingdom and go to the forest, because they're not sure Rama will return or what will happen. So they called Bharata Kshudra. Unfortunate fellow means mean fellow. This fellow will not become the king, and this fellow or this fellow's mother did not allow Rama to be the king. Do you see how people talk? Because of Bharata, Rama had to go to the forest. So Bharata is making Rama not enjoy the kingdom. But did Bharata enjoy? No, even he is not enjoying. So the Kshudra means one who will not enjoy and one who will not allow others to enjoy. Bharata got rid of that name Kshudra. The minute he took the Padukas of Rama and kept them on his head, the word Kshudra has disappeared. Now everybody is saying Krutakritya. Bharata is the one who achieved what he wanted. There's a lot of difference. So, the Paduka Devi, considered as a tree, as a true caretaker of the Yogakshemas of all the universes, make we also comparing ourselves, every one of us, everyone included, make us also get rid of the same mean name, namely Kshudra. Kshudra is the one who do not worship and who did not help others to realize and worship the Padukas, even after realizing the supremacy of Sri Rama Padukas. So here what we have to learn, we will become Kshudras If we don't enjoy the Amrutam oozing from the feet of Bhagavan, and we don't allow others to enjoy, we become Kshudras. Bharata was called a Kshudra because neither he enjoyed the kingdom nor he allowed Rama to enjoy the kingdom. But the minute Bharata exhibited his Paratantriyam and accepted the Padukas on his head, in the very beginning itself, in the very second verse itself, Mahatma Deshika glorifies Bharata as Bharataya param namostu tasmai prathamoda haranaya bhakti bhaja. Bharata, who was called as a Kshudra, a mean fellow, now is elevated to be the number one, a trend setter of Bharatantram. Bharataya param namostu tasmai prathamoda haranaya bhakti bhaja. Pradhama Udaharanaya, the first one to be taken as a reference stand, the first one whose example we all have to follow. That is Bharata. All because of Paratantram to Paduka Devi. So, are we ready? Are we ready to follow the Paratantriam of Bharata? Or are we happy still being in our own state of Kshudratvam? Neither we are enjoying the divine bliss, nor we are allowing others to enjoy the divine bliss. Bharata, who was labeled as a Kshudra, because neither he accepted the kingdom and because of him Rama has to go to the forest, now started in a different way. He became the number one. Pradhama Udaharanaya Bhakti Bhajam. Pradhama Udaharanaya, the first and the foremost one to talk about Paratantram. So spiritual life is for those people who want to follow the footsteps of Bharata and elevate themselves from the status of being called a Kshudra, a mean fellow, to the trend setter, Pradhamodaharanaya, where everyone followed Bharata. When we accept the Padukas on our head, Bharata having accepted the Padukas on his head, people glorified Bharata. Pradhama Udaharanaya Bhakti Bhaja. Any questions, Amma, on these verses so far? Imma, no questions, Amma, anyone of you? So in the next verse, namely the 20th verse, Bharatasyiva mamapi prashamita vishwapavada durjata. शेषेव शिरसि नित्यं विहरतु रघुवीर पादुके भवति। भरतस्येव ममापि प्रशमित विश्वापवाद दुर्जात। शेषैव शिरसि नित्यं विहरतु रघुवीर पादुके भवति। Mahatma Dishka talks about Paduka Devi as O divine Padukas of Bhagavan Sridhama. Kindly wipe out my blemish, just as you wiped out the blemish of Bharata. That Bharata is a Kshudra. Neither he will enjoy the kingdom, nor he will allow Rama to enjoy the kingdom. He is a Kshudra. And that bad name is wiped out by Paduka Devi. When Bharata accepted Padukas on his head, Mahatma Deshika is praying to Paduka Devi, hey Paduka Devi, wipe out my blemish also. It is a mistaken notion that everybody thought Vedanta Deshika knows the greatness of the Padukas, but did not make it known to all the people until he did Paduka Sastram. Everybody knows Padukas are great, but nobody explained in adequate terms how great are the Padukas. But Mahatma Deshika did. So what the people are thinking, general people, Mahatma Deshika, he knows the greatness of the Padukas. He did not tell us all these days. Therefore, it is like neither he enjoyed nor he will allow others to enjoy Bhagavan's Padukas. Very similar to. Very similar to. Somebody who is not enjoying and somebody who is not allowing others to enjoy. Mahatma Deshika, who knew the greatness of the Padukas, he did not reveal to everyone else. Therefore, he got the bad name. Now he is praying, hey Paduka Devi, since you wiped out the blemish of Bharata, can you please wipe out my blemish also? The Raghuvira Paduke Bhavati. How many of us are there ready to wipe out our blemish that we are not enjoying serving Bhagavat Acharyas, nor we are allowing others to enjoy Bhagavat Acharya Kainkarya? If not, just as Bharata is called Kshudra, in the opinion of Bhagavan, we are also Kshudras. Now this word Kshudra, which means literally a very mean person. Now do you know where this was used by Mahatmas?
Shudra Devatas.
I know, where exactly? Emma, do anyone of you remember, Emma?
Alavandar had used it.
Alavandar. Very good, Alavandar.
Mukundamala.
Exactly, in Mukundamala, Kulasekara Alvar says, Kshudra, Rudra, Pitamaha, Prabhutayaha, Kita, Samasta, Sura, Kshudra, Rudra, Pitamaha, Prabhutayaha. Hey, Simanarayana, before you, Brahma, Rudra, Indra, everyone is a Kshudra, is a mean person. Why he is calling Kshudra, Rudra, Pitamaha, Prabhutayaha? These people, Brahma, Rudra, etc., are supposed to be at the highest level of perfection among the Jivatmas. Having been there at the highest level, they should have exhibited complete Paratantram to Siman Narayana, and they should have set an example as a role model for the other people to follow. But Kulasekara Alvar is so unhappy with the way Brahma, Rudra, Indra behaved with regards to Krishna. He just did not hesitate to call them Kshudra, Rudra, Pitamaha, Prabhutaya. They are supposed to be propagating the greatness of Bhagavan Simanarayana. Instead, what did Brahma do? When Krishna was a 6-year-old boy and was taking care of the cows, Brahma felt, I am the Supreme Lord. I am the one who is supposed to be doing the creation. How come the credit is going to this little boy? How come Krishna is getting the good name? And what did he do? He took away all the calves. He took away all the cowherd boys. Is it not the mean behavior? Why mean? Because the other day, when two Rakshasas, Madhu and Kaitabha, have taken away the Vedas from Brahma, and Brahma became incapable of doing creation, is it not Bhagavan Siman Narayana who assumed the form of Hayagriva and killed them and restored the Vedas to Brahma? Should not Brahma be grateful because the minute he lost the Vedas, he became almost fit for nothing. He could not even do creation. Begged and begged Sriman Narayana, who killed Madhu and Kaitaba and restored the Vedas to Brahma. How grateful Brahma should be. Instead was so ungrateful, trying to play pranks with Lord Krishna. Rudra, you know how much Narayana helped to save Shankara. In the case of Bhasmasura, who did tapasya to Shankara and got a boon granted by Shankara himself. If Bhasmasura keeps his hand on the head of anyone, immediately they should be burnt to ashes and reduced to ashes. Shankara granted. Bhasmasura said, let me try it on your head first. Immediately Sriman Narayana came as the most enchanting Mohini. And saved by allowing Bhasmasura keep his own hand on his own head, and he was burnt to ashes. And Shankara was rescued. Having been rescued by Krishna, look what Shankara did. When the Rakshasa Banasura is not willing to give his daughter Usha in marriage to Aniruddha, the grandson of Krishna, Shankara came on behalf of Banasura and had a bitter fight with Krishna. How could Kulasekara Alvar accept it? Not just Shankara, his sons, Ganapati, Subramanya, everyone. That's why Mahatma Deshika says Kshudra Rudra Pitamaha Prabhutaya. Prabhutaya means etc. etc. Emma, who are those etc. Emma? Hello?
The 330 million Devi Devatas.
He did not even worry talking about 33 million. Sorry, 330 million. He is worried about even the chiefs. Brahma behaved like a Kshudra. Rudra behaved like a Kshudra. Next, Indra also behaved like a Kshudra. Emma, anyone of you recollect how even Indra behaved like a Kshudra? Could anyone of you recollect, Emma? Why Mahatma Kurukshetra said Kshudra Rudra Pitamaha Prabhutaya? Hello, anybody? I gave you some examples, Emma. Brahma, when he lost the Vedas, it is only Sriman Narayana who restored them.
Indra lost his wealth to Mahabali.
Indra lost his wealth to Mahabali. Okay, something better than that? Hello, madam. Anyone of you? Something better than that?
Indra reigned for 7 days non-stop.
Sir, the better way of putting is, first you have to say where he got the benefit. Next you have to say how mean he is, how he forgot the help he received from Krishna and became ungrateful and started fighting with him. That is the right way. So where did Indra get the utmost benefit from Krishna and where did he fight with Krishna? When Narakasura was there,
Yes.
when Narakasura came and smacked Indra left and right, and the way to insult a fellow is right in front of you. If somebody could humiliate your mother and you could not defend your mother or protect your mother, that is considered the worst humiliation. Narakasura came, smacked Indra and took away the earrings of Aditi right in front of Indra, and Indra could not do anything. So that Indra was feeling so remorseful that being the king of heavens, Indra, he could not even help his own mother, Aditi. He begged Krishna. Krishna went there to fight with Naraka, killed him, brought the Kundalas and gave them back to Aditi and restored the dignity of Indra. And when poor Satyabhama just wanted a Parijata Vriksham, when Krishna took it, Indra came with all his retinue to fight with Krishna. And when Krishna stopped, why worshipping Indra, who is only a demigod? Why worshipping Indra? Why not we worship Sriman Narayana and his representative, this Govardhana hill? All the villagers agreed. What do we know about Vedanta, etc.? What do we know about Vedanta, etc.? Mahatma said we have to follow. Same thing here. Mahatma said we have to follow. Kurukshetra Alvar said we have to follow. When Krishna said, why worshipping Indra, worship the Supreme Lord Narayana and his representative Govardhanagiri, Indra got so angry with Krishna and started raining non-stop. When Krishna took Parijata Vriksham, Indra came to fight with Krishna. When Krishna stopped worshipping the demigods, no more Indrayagam, Indra got so angry and rained non-stop, hailstorm for 7 days. Krishna could lift the Govardhanagiri and make it as a umbrella for everybody to come down and then not get troubled by the torrential downpour. After 7 days, Indra ran out of water, came and fell at the feet of Indra, Krishna. Is that how you expect great people to behave? only great in name, but not in their actions. That's why Mahatma Deshika said, Kshudra Rudra Pitamaha Prabhutaya. Yamunacharya went even one step ahead, and in Chatushloki, in praise of Mahalakshmi, he says, Brahmeshadi Suravrajaha sa Dayitaha Tvaddasa Dasi Janaha. He Mahalakshmi, you being the Lokaikeshwari Lokanatha Daite. Sri Mahalakshmi is called Lokaikeshwari because she is the wife of Lokanatha. That Jagannatha, while glorifying Mahatma Yamunacharya says, Brahmeshadi Suravrajaha sa Daitaha Tvaddasa Dasi Ganaha. Hey Paduka Devi, bless us with that kind of Paratantriam, whereby we'll be completely loyal to the Divya Dampatis. That absolute loyalty to the Divya Dampatis can make us wonderful devotees, and Bhagavan will be craving to see us. Brahma could not show his Paratantram, Rudra could not show the Paratantram, Indra could not show the Paratantram. So why talk about other people? इति श्री पादुकाशास्त्रे समर्पणपद्धतिः चतुर्थी. So thus Mahatma Deshika concludes the Samarpana Paddhati, the fourth chapter of Paduka Sahasra. Kavitartika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Srimate Nigamahantamaha Deshikaya Namaha. All right, Amma, quickly, what are your questions?
Acharya, the Padukas also ruled Ayodhya, and Sri Rama also ruled Ayodhya. So whose rulership is considered supreme?
Oh, come on, I already answered this question many times, sir. Paduka's rule alone is considered supreme, not Rama's. Padukas ruled Ayodhya only for 14 years. Rama ruled Ayodhya for 11,000 years. If the ruler is perfect, if there is dharma in the country, if the king is perfect, justified, follows dharma verbatim, the proof, a woman should always die as Sumangali. There were no widows during the 14 years of Paduka ruling Ayodhya. No widows. Means every woman died ahead of her husband, and no woman has to go through the humiliation of becoming a widow. And another most important thing, if the king is there following dharma, then when the parents are alive, no child should ever die. The parents should never be put in the disgraceful condition of doing the last rites of their children. When Paduka Devi ruled for Ayodhya for 14 years, not even one child died when the parents are alive. That is why Paduka Devi's Rajyam is great. Rama, when he was there ruling, there was a father who lost his son. and he came in compliance. Therefore, Paduka Devi is certainly superior, sir. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, minor questions. Yes, sir. No other questions? कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः। श्रीमते निगमान्तमः देशिकाय नमः। ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः। कवितार्किकेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तर्षाभिः अथ प्रतिप्रस्थानपद्धतिः पञ्चमी। प्रशस्ते रमपादाभ्यां पादुके पर्युपास्महे आनृशंस्यं व्ययोरासीत् आश्रितेषु अनवग्रहम्। प्रशस्ते रामपादाभ्यां पादुके पर्युपास्महे आनृशंस्यं ययोः आसीत् आश्रितेषु अनवग्रहम्। May we all be fortunate enough to worship those divine padukas of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. Because the padukas are more merciful. They are more merciful than Sri Rama himself towards the surrendered souls, and who are not under any compulsions. Means, unlike Rama, padukas are never compelled to be in the forest, or padukas are never forced to be away from the people for 14 years like Rama. Therefore, Paduka Devi is more merciful. People are crying and crying how to live without Rama, and people did not worry whether Rama has come back or not. When Paduka Devi came in, Bharata did Pattabhishekam. People were very happy. People were very happy. So just now you asked, whose rule is great, Padukas or Rama's? Certainly Padukas. Prashasti Ramapadabhyam Paduke Paripasmane. Because Paduka Devi is more merciful towards all the surrendered souls. And Paduka Devi has no such compulsions or something. So Paduka Devi is never under any compulsion. Therefore, Paduka Devi is way superior to Rama's Padukas, Rama himself. Prashaste Ramapadabhyam. Andrushamsyam yayoh asi ashriteshu anavagraham. So be fortunate, sir, to do Sharanagati and accept the divine feet of Bhagavan on your head and become elevated. If you want any power as high as Brahma, Rudra, Indra, etc., or if you don't want power, to attain Nitya Nirtishaya Shashvata Sri Vaikuntha Prapti. Go ahead, Ma. Any questions now? Hello, sir. Any questions? Yeah, Ma. No questions from any one of you? All right, Ma. Take it easy, Ma. I had to go now upstairs for the Santana Gopalakrishna Puja. Nare.